Yes.
You talked about business and service delivery. Nairobi is considered to be one of the counties that is the country's GDP base is mostly based in Nairobi. But then now you look at the traders and the trade in Nairobi counties in general. How are you going to maintain this and perhaps scale it up to the next level?
The key thing, and one of the things that we are saying in our program is that we must enable business. We must support business people. We must ensure that they thrive. They not only thrive, but do their work in an honorable manner. We want to create order. We want to create dignity. We want to enable people to enjoy being Nairobian. And to do that, because in the city there are no farms, if you say.
Right.
So we must do business to be able to get a livelihood and to be able to get an income. The government that we form with Honorable Sakaja as the governor, we must ensure that it supports business people to thrive. We must ensure that we do not criminalize enterprise, because we've seen in the past anybody trying to set up businesses, either you have a lot of challenges getting licensing or even getting a place to operate or even being allowed to operate informally. We need to put structure and order to that, and we want to support them to thrive. So we won't be a partner to the people who are actually doing business in the city, as opposed to be people who are opposed to anybody trying to start up their business. And I know every single Nairobian means well. It's just probably sometimes there are circumstances that they will not be able to do what would expect. And it's ours to actually tell them that this is how we do it. For example, the informal businesses that we see, the people who come out on the streets to sell their wares, to market their wares, we can actually organize that and create order and create times when they can actually operate, even specific spaces like roads and back streets where they can actually sell in an orderly manner, and we don't have to actually always harass them when they're doing their bit. So it is something that we've thought about. It is something that we have seen. We've traveled around the world. We've seen it happening in other jurisdictions. We don't see why it can't work in Nairobi.
Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya, and when you talk of the National Assembly is here, State House is here, we have got so many universities based in Nairobi, you have got UN headquarters in Nairobi, and so much more. The face of Nairobi is quite important. The moment you land in Kenya, your first point of contact is Nairobi.
Yeah.
How are you going to, in your leadership, together with Honorable Sakaja, that when we see you, we see Kenya and we see Nairobi, that dignity you're talking about?
Quite a number of things. The first thing, of course, is to make sure that there's order in the city. So we're going to look at the transport system, for example, and ensure that people can move with ease and dignity across the city.
Yes.
We are going to look at the cleanliness of the city, ensure that we provide sustained and continuous environmental management to ensure that we don't get piles and heaps of garbage across the city.
Which is a big problem, even as you speak.
Yes, I agree with you, and it's something that we will work with, because it's a huge business stream. It's a huge business undertaking that, well structured, can create revenue and employment for people working and living in the city, and that's what we want to do, to make sure that this thrives and moves forward. And we want to make sure that when people come into the city, because it is a hub in the region, in Africa, as you say, that they're happy to be in our city. We have a lot of things going for Nairobi. The weather is great. The people are enterprising. They are friendly. And we need to be able to tap that and create it, what we're calling cultural centers. We can do even regeneration of rivers along in Nairobi. As you know, we have a number of them. And those can be areas where people see it and enjoy and have a relaxed time and watch the arts, go to the shops, just feel nice to be in Nairobi. We want to create that environment. We want to create that feeling. So I believe that there's work to be done, but we're equal to the task.